Have you ever felt an inexplicable drain on your energy after spending time with someone? Or noticed a sense of unease creeping in, challenging your peace and beliefs? These are crucial indicators that you might be dealing with a toxic influence. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 signs that someone is sent by the devil to disrupt your life. By recognizing these signs, you can protect your spiritual well-being and maintain a positive, growth-oriented environment. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more insightful content that empowers your journey towards Stoic excellence. Now, let's dive into the 10 warning signs you need to watch out for. Erosion of spiritual practices. Sometimes we don't even realize our spiritual practices are slipping until it's too late. It often starts innocently, reconnecting with old friends or acquaintances who don't quite align with your spiritual journey. Before you know it, you're making excuses to skip church or prayer time. Dr. Brené Brown, a research professor, highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with uplifting people to foster growth instead of dragging us down. When you're with people who don't share your values, it creates uncomfortable tension around your beliefs. Suddenly, talking about your faith feels awkward, and the joy you once experienced in worship begins to wane. You may start feeling isolated, experiencing a spiritual drought. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Without grounding in your spiritual practices, it's challenging to find that why. It's tempting to revert to old habits, but it's crucial to recognize when connections become toxic. Dr. John C. Maxwell emphasizes the importance of our inner circle, stating, "You will be the same person in 5 years as you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read." Surround yourself with individuals who encourage your faith and personal growth. Increased emotional turmoil. Feeling overwhelmed by anxiety or stress? You're not alone. The energy of those around us greatly impacts our emotional state. Brené Brown emphasizes the importance of uplifting people. Negativity can trap us in emotional turmoil. Here are signs of a toxic environment. 1. Constant emotional triggers. Conversations or interactions leave you drained and anxious. Dr. Judith Orloff suggests recognizing these triggers to regain emotional energy. 2. Loss of joy and peace. If happiness diminishes around certain people, examine those relationships. The Dalai Lama says, "The purpose of our lives is to be happy." 3. Struggles with self-awareness. Difficulty in self-awareness strategies is a red flag. Mindfulness expert Tara Brach stresses its importance for emotional regulation. 4. Difficulty in healing techniques. Struggling with practices like prayer or meditation may indicate your environment is weighing you down. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes protecting inner peace from negativity. Acknowledge the toll toxic relationships take on your well-being. Dr. Harriet Lerner notes that unhealthy connections undermine confidence and spiritual growth. Healthy relationships should uplift you. If feeling unsupported or burdened, reassess those connections. Prioritize your emotional health. Remember, you deserve to thrive, not just survive. Distance yourself from harmful influences. Your well-being is paramount. Isolation from supportive relationships. When you start pulling away from uplifting friends and family, it's a clear sign something might be off in your relationships. Making excuses to skip social gatherings or avoiding deep conversations with those who encourage your spiritual growth often points to toxic dynamics and emotional manipulation. Brené Brown, a renowned researcher, emphasizes that true belonging requires being who we are, not who others want us to be. If you feel more comfortable reconnecting with old friends instead of nurturing supportive relationships, it's a red flag indicating your environment might be draining you. Psychologist Dr. John Gottman suggests that feeling emotionally exhausted after spending time with certain individuals can signal unhealthy dynamics. Feeling anxious about sharing your beliefs or experiences is another warning sign. Friedrich Nietzsche noted that isolation can leave us vulnerable to negative influences, especially in a faith context. In moments of faith-based isolation, recognize the impact it can have on your spiritual journey. Negative thoughts and feelings can easily creep in when supportive voices are drowned out. Reflect on whether your relationships lift you up or pull you down. Reassessing your connections can be a powerful step toward reclaiming your emotional and spiritual well-being. Distorted perception of reality. Navigating your spiritual path can feel like wandering through a fog when your perception of reality is distorted. Questioning your beliefs makes it hard to move forward. Dr. Brené Brown emphasizes confronting perceptions to avoid negative definitions. You might notice influences twisting your understanding of truth. Dr. Judith Orloff warns that manipulative influences can lead to confusion and doubt. Here are some signs. 1. Confusion about relationships, struggling to identify healthy connections and mistaking toxicity for normalcy. John Gottman highlights emotional intelligence in recognizing red flags. 2. Diminished trust in Scripture. Feeling anxious about biblical truths can weaken faith. Søren Kierkegaard spoke about seeking deeper understanding rather than succumbing to fear. 3. Isolation from beliefs. Fear of expressing faith can lead to isolation. Oprah Winfrey reminds us that embracing true beliefs strengthens connections. 4. Difficulty with spiritual discernment. Distinguishing between genuine guidance and manipulation can be challenging. Marianne Williamson encourages trusting your inner voice. Recognizing these signs is crucial for clarity. Break free from these illusions and remember your beliefs deserve nurturing. Trust in your ability to reclaim reality and let your spiritual path unfold with confidence. As Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Compromise of personal values. Compromising your personal values can feel like a slow fog, gradually obscuring who you are and what you stand for. It's surprising how easily we justify actions that once seemed unacceptable. Dr. Brené Brown explains that negative environments often lead to this moral ambiguity. Surrounding yourself with the wrong company can distort your values. When your moral compass wobbles, it's usually accompanied by unease or guilt. Nietzsche noted that guilt signals a deviation from our authentic path. Recognize this discomfort as a red flag to realign with your core values. One strategy to counteract this is a personal values assessment. Ask yourself, what do I truly believe in? Make a list of your core values and keep it visible. Tony Robbins advocates for belief reinforcement techniques to keep your principles front and center. If you notice your boundaries being pushed in relationships, take it as a warning sign. Dr. John Gottman suggests that feeling pressured to suppress your beliefs to maintain harmony is a cue to reassess those boundaries. It's about honoring who you are, not just keeping the peace. Ultimately, staying true to your values requires self-awareness and courage. Navigating through the fog may be challenging, but clarity comes from understanding and upholding your beliefs. Constant negativity and anxiety. Constant negativity from those around us can sap our energy and leave us feeling anxious even about our own beliefs. Surrounded by pessimistic influences, it's tough to stay positive. Dr. Judith Orloff, author of The Empath's Survival Guide, highlights how toxic relationships can lead to emotional depletion, making it crucial to recognize these draining connections. Do you feel emotionally drained after spending time with certain people? Do your anxiety levels spike when discussing your beliefs or spiritual practices? Brené Brown notes that emotional vulnerability is exacerbated in negative environments, leading to isolation even in a crowd. So, what can you do? Setting emotional boundaries is key. It's okay to step back from relationships that contribute to negativity. Think of it as self-care. Mindfulness techniques, like those advocated by Jon Kabat-Zinn, and deep breathing exercises can help you find balance. Surrounding yourself with uplifting individuals can profoundly impact your spiritual journey. Aristotle believed in the importance of community for happiness, saying, "Man is by nature a social animal." Prioritizing relationships that nurture your growth and happiness creates a supportive environment. Pay attention to how others make you feel and embrace those who uplift you. Struggles with faith expression. Expressing your faith can feel like a tug of war. On one side, your beliefs; on the other, negative influences. Dr. Brené Brown notes that our connections impact our authenticity. Anxiety when discussing beliefs signals barriers. Skipping church or prayer. Toxic relationships might be pulling you away. Dr. John Gottman highlights how close relationships affect our well-being. Unsupportive people can lead to fear or shame. Reconnecting with old friends can leave your faith lukewarm. Søren Kierkegaard said, "Faith is the highest passion." Recognize conflicts causing isolation. If expressing your faith feels hard, assess the situation. Acknowledge struggles as the first step to overcoming them. Surround yourself with supportive people. Tony Robbins says, "The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships." With the right support, your faith can flourish. Lack of mutual support. Feeling drained after spending time with someone who doesn't support your faith is a clear sign of a lack of mutual support. Dr. John Gottman highlights that healthy relationships should have a balance of give and take. If you're feeling emotionally depleted, consider these key signs. 1. One-sided conversations. If your chats revolve mostly around their issues, it signals a relational imbalance. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg notes that effective communication requires empathy and reciprocity. 2. Frequent excuses. If this person consistently cancels plans or seems indifferent to your needs, it's a red flag. Relationship expert Harriet Lerner points out that a lack of accountability and support leads to feelings of being undervalued. 3. Negative vibes. Do your interactions leave you feeling more burdened than uplifted? Dr. Brené Brown emphasizes that vulnerability and connection are crucial for strong relationships. If time together feels like a weight, something is amiss. 4. Feelings of isolation. Feeling alone in your struggles or faith journey is a significant warning sign. Aristotle believed companionship is essential for a fulfilling life. Lack of support can lead to loneliness and disconnection. Healthy relationships should inspire you and help you grow. If a dynamic feels more like a burden than a blessing, reassess who is truly in your corner. You deserve support and encouragement in your spiritual journey. Seek out connections that uplift and empower you. Red flags in communication. Red flags in communication are key indicators of whether someone's influence is nurturing or obstructing your spiritual journey. Have you ever left a conversation feeling more confused about your faith? Gabrielle Bernstein warns that doubt and negativity in conversations can erode your spiritual foundation, creating a toxic environment. Consider how the other person responds to your challenges. If they steer the conversation back to their own issues, neglecting your needs, that's a red flag highlighted by Dr. John Gottman. Healthy communication should be reciprocal. If it feels one-sided, reassess that relationship. Dismissive attitudes are also telling. Brené Brown emphasizes vulnerability and authenticity in connections. If someone ridicules your beliefs or makes you feel ashamed, they undermine your faith. Do you feel drained or anxious after interactions? Are you left questioning your core values? Deepak Chopra advises that your spiritual journey should be uplifting. If conversations leave you feeling burdened, evaluate their intent. Surround yourself with those who inspire and support your growth, not those who create barriers. Right connections enhance your spiritual path. Wrong ones lead you astray. Stay vigilant and prioritize your well-being. Resistance to spiritual growth. Let's chat about resistance to spiritual growth. It sneaks in through relationships that drain our energy and cloud our faith, leading to stagnation. How can you spot these toxic influences? First, check your environment. Tony Robbins says, "The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships." A negative, lukewarm environment makes it hard to stay committed to prayer and worship. Surround yourself with positivity to stay spiritually connected. Next, notice familiar patterns. Reconnecting with old friends can bring back unhealthy behaviors. Dr. Judith Orloff explains that some relationships trigger regression. If you're not growing, evaluate those connections. Then, watch for anxiety. Feeling anxious about expressing your faith is a red flag. Brené Brown emphasizes that vulnerability is key to connection. If you hide your true self, those relationships may be obstructing your spiritual journey. Finally, assess support. Healthy connections uplift you, not drain you. Brené Brown also highlights belonging and support. If you feel isolated, seek relationships that encourage growth. Ignoring these signs can hinder spiritual growth. Your journey deserves nurturing, not toxic influences. Keep your circle positive, lean into uplifting relationships, and watch your faith flourish. Conclusion. In this video, we discussed 10 signs that someone might be sent by the devil to disrupt your life. Recognizing these signs can help you protect your spiritual well-being and maintain a positive environment. Key points include the erosion of spiritual practices, increased emotional turmoil, isolation from supportive relationships, distorted perception of reality, compromise of personal values, and constant negativity. It's crucial to listen to your intuition and evaluate your relationships. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can be transformative. Remember, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. Tony Robbins. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and share it with your friends and family. Help them find support and understanding too. Don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content.